3:15, and breakfast is on the go, and we'll be leaving the back for, well, just I've gone 20 to 3. Yeah, our plan was to go down the north side of Anglesey, but windy's showing northerlies at the moment, and that's not a good plan when you're going down there, so we'll probably be going on the inside of Anglesey down the Straits. There's our mango. It's a good job he didn't get his jet ski on the other side there. I love the colour scheme of mango. 11 o'clock, just cleared puffing. Came round the outside, Lee went on the inside. We arrived together. Where we left off anyway. So yeah, just heading down the Straits now. It's quite calm in the Straits. It's been very lumpy out there, very lumpy indeed. But it's calming down because we're sheltered now by all these mountains. Oh, for mountains. And yeah, Lee's got a problem with his foresail. It's jammed. He can't furl it in. So we need to anchor it up and find out what's going on with that, and then sort that out. Well, Lee will sort it out anyway, but we just need to get to safe place for it. Anchor up and wait until we get through the swellies, which will be 3 o'clock before we can go through there. We should be down at Gallows Point in about an hour, I think, and then we'll have a rest past the 3. That'll be it. Having rested at Gallows Point, we now set off because it's time to head towards the swellies and the bridges. So we're heading slowly down the Straits with the wind behind us, which is fortunate, and we're just boating very slowly. Always a lovely sight coming down the Straits. Just approaching. This is Menai, isn't it? Is this Menai Bridge, Lord? Yeah, Menai. Yeah. Just approaching Menai Bridge now. Built by Telford. Beautiful bridge. Still standing. I'm still standing. I know these people have got to make a living, but I mean, like, you know, it's just, look at them all down there as well on the jet skis. It's just madness. In and out of the boats. Don't care about the swell that they create. It's like, yeah, you know, we're having fun. Although I'm not convinced they are, actually. I just think they can't be bothered doing anything else. No, you got the lights. You got the lights. You got Port Starwood lights on the bridge.
Or maybe that's what those white rectangles are.
There's Carnarvon, yeah. This was fun. As we approached Carnarvon, we were told to move over to let these racing boats through. I was a bit annoyed really because they wanted us to move to a point where we had no water. So we just kept going in line. They weren't happy, but you know, and they passed us very, very close. This picture you see is where the way out away from us, but they actually passed us close on the first run. And here we are at Abermannau. That's Lee's boat, Sula, who's anchored up. And we were going to move down to Pilot's Cove, but his engine wouldn't start. So we spent most of the night trying to sort that out. But we had a nice sunset to finish the night off with. Sunrise over Abermannau. There's a moon up there as well. And we're heading off soon. Sounds like he's got his engine running. 5 knots of wind, sailing like a dream. Heeling 15 degrees, sails set. She's sailing on her own. Great stuff. That's what I like about sailing. When it's like this, you can't beat it. Because Lee had problems with his engine, we decided to follow him down to Portsmouth Line, and we'd stop off while he continued. Hopefully that would help. Oh, the wind's gone. We lost the wind. Nil point. Nil knotters. Beautiful morning though, really is. We're going into Neffin. Lee has decided to press on. He's going to Bardsey. He's hoping to make Bardsey at Slackwater now. It's weird, we were just saying, you know, we've been trying to figure out times to get back and everything, and through the Swellies and back up north, or even back up home really towards the end of the week. And we've been looking at all the high waters and all the logistics early morning. Of course, there's no harm in going through slack water or low water. It's weird, isn't it, the way we always tend to look for high water. I mean, it is safer in some cases, but yeah, I mean, we couldn't get into the D on low water, so it would have to be high water there. But like things like the tidal gates, Bardsey and Carnarvon Sound and the Swellies, low water's fine. So yeah, we'll have to readjust now. But our plan now is Neffin tonight. Well, Neffin, the wind's getting up, but we should be all right in Neffin, and then head back to Pilot's Cove either tomorrow or later tonight. Depends on the forecast change at 12 o'clock. Oh, doke. Well, yes, another fan belt. That's nearly, well, it is 3 fan belts now. 3 fan belts in less than a month, and I decided that the alternator's not doing its job really, and struggling. We put one on before we left, and that's the state of it. So you can see there, like, quite bad. So why, Roy, why is this happening? Now, it's only started happening since I replaced this battery. That battery, which is a 120 amps battery. But that's been all right, all the way to Fishguard, across to Ireland, and back again. So the question is, why was it all right then, and why is it not all right now? But whatever the problem is, I'm going to take it out and replace it. I've got a spare one, fortunately, which I use to just run a few small things that aren't connected to the system. and I'm going to replace it with that, and hopefully that'll solve the problem. If not, then obviously it's the alternator that I've got to look at. So that's my job while we're moored in lovely Portsmouth Line. You love it here. We're going to pump the dinghy up and go in and have something to eat in the pub. That'd be nice. Just as we were getting ready to go in, we saw this dolphin in the bay all on his own.
He's not coming out of the water.
Yeah,
This time he really came up.
all right.
He or she.
There he is. Ooh, that's an orca.
Good job you got your rudder up.
There's only one though.
Yeah?
Unusual. I don't know whether that's visible from here, but it's absolutely heaving. So, it really is. When we got to the beach, it was absolutely heaving. Loads of people there. It was packed. So was the pub, but we enjoyed the meal. Well, sitting there, I was listening to Channel 16 and I heard Coast Guard calling Sula, which is Lee's boat, with the engine problem. They called him a few times and there was no word. We could only hear the Coast Guard side of it, but then they said they were unable to help him. Then a few minutes later, I heard Mayday saying that someone had had a heart attack where Lee was. And so I panicked, got on the phone, and I phoned him about 3 or 4 times and there was no answer. I left a message. Fortunately, he phoned me back and it wasn't him, but I mean, I feel sorry for the poor guy who it was, but at least Lee was okay. And it was just that he had engine problems still. His motor wasn't going because he had a load of debris around his prop, but I'll tell you more about that later. Meanwhile, back on the boat. Over an hour later, finally got that battery out. New battery in, fan belts on, and there doesn't seem to be any variation when we switch from one battery to another. And it seems to be running all right at the moment, so hopefully, job done. The only problem is, I've got this bloody big battery now. I don't know what to do with. The obvious thing is you can replace the generator, get a higher power generator, and then that would work. But you know, just be careful next time you upgrade your battery to 120 amps when it only had 110. I mean, 10 amps difference. I wouldn't have thought it was much, but obviously was. Too much. Bridge too far, or last straw and the camel's back and all that. Beautiful sunset over the Portsmouth Line. As the night cooled down and people began to leave, it was absolutely gorgeous. Very, very quiet. Very, very still, which is good because we're expecting strong winds. 9, well, coming up to 9 o'clock. All jobs done, breakfast had. And we're now going to set sail back up to Pilot's Cove. Wind's looking reasonable at the moment, although it was threatened to get up to 24 knots. Still may do that later on, but anyway. We'll see how it goes and we'll keep an eye on everything as we go. A drink or sweet or, yeah, sweet.
Sweetie.
Got the jelly babies, don't forget.
It's only, oh yeah. Just give me blood sugar up.
Don't tell Stephen we've got jelly babies. He'll be on this boat quicker than we can say snap our fingers. Well, this is flat calm now. We didn't expect this. We expected stronger winds than this. But it's flat calm. And not quite bin bags, as Mike would say. I haven't seen Mike for a while. He hasn't been on with his new boat, so I hope it's all right. Maybe he's sailing more than he's doing something on the channel. And yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. No wind, no plough wind. And clear skies, clear horizon. No one's out. They've all gone back to work, except the teachers who are still on holiday and still in bed. Approaching Pilot Cove now. It's just coming up to 12:30, which is slack water around here. Loads of boats on the outside. We don't know whether we'll be able to squeeze on the inside or not. There were only 3 boats, but Andy said there's 3 boats gone in now, so there isn't that much room. A load of dinghies in the bay. So what we may have to do is stay on the outside. Pilot's Cove full as well now. I remember when we came here, there was no one here. There was only us in the height of summer, and now look at it. I wonder who made that famous. After the crowds had gone, I decided it was time for a swim, and the water was absolutely fantastic. Stayed in for well over an hour. It was great. As the sun began to go down in Pilot's Cove and the boats began to settle as the tide went out, mine actually went sideways, which wasn't helpful. But anyway, we settled down to a nice barbecue, and thanks to James, who did me a fantastic veggie steak. Look at that. That's great down there. Thank you. I was up at the tree because we got pushed sideways onto the bank, as you saw yesterday. But it looks like we're really stuck at the moment. We've got half an hour, 3/4 of an hour to go. Beautiful sunrise. Front seems to be moving, but the back seems to be solid at the moment. I just need that drive to get out really. Going anchor on the ridge. Yeah. And get this back into the water. Should be alright, but it's fairly stuck on the ground here. We're short of floating, but maybe half an hour should be okay. Well, I managed to drag it off. Just moored out in the middle now, and yeah, nice little island, and beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Again, we parted ways. The rest of the group decided to go up to Rossniger. We didn't think the wind was suitable, so we decided to go back into Carnarvon and have a few days while the weather turns quite nasty. Approaching Fort Beelin now, going through Fort Beelin. The engine's making a, we think it's the bearing. I think Gareth thinks it's the bearing, and I agree. It's a bit of a knocking sound from the rear of the boat. Although I looked at the propeller yesterday, I went underwater and had a look at it. It seemed alright, seemed tight as well, so, but that's, as Gareth says, it's not, that's not particularly an answer. So we'll see anyway. Time will tell. Carnarvon's great marina, Victoria Dock. The weather was turning lousy, so a lot of boats wanted to come in, and they squoze us all in, literally squoze us all together. But we managed to get most people in. Wednesday, and yeah, we've been rearranging all the boats. Richie's now gone on there, we've rafted up to 2 again, and still got 4 over there. It might be worth moving over, but we'll see. Anyway, everything's going well. Someone doing their day skipper. So there we have, whether you can see it or not, I'll take a closer shot. That's above the briny, and it's the Chandler's workshop, come most helpful people you would ever meet in Carnarvon, who, when they first opened, he sorted my rudder out, which was just incredible. The amount of time he put into getting that rudder sorted was amazing, and he sorted that out. And we've had a few battery issues over the last 2 days here at Carnarvon, so we're trying to sort that out. And although they were charged, we needed to make sure that we had a good charge in the batteries, and we were going to buy an alternator off them, a charging system off them, but they lent us this charger, which was absolutely superb, did a brilliant job, got it sorted for us, and then I had to get this bolt off. I don't know whether you can see that or not. Take a close-up and then a distance so that it might focus. We had to get that off, and it took me an hour, literally an hour to get that off. Over an hour, in fact, over an hour to remove this. Anyway, we finally did it, and they sorted it out with new bolts. Well, old bolts, but so now my job is to try and get these fitted. Most people spend their day in marinas sightseeing. Not me. Easy, is it? I like to work on the engine. Ha. Let's check the voltage, young man.
Check the voltage?
Yeah. Oh dear, why haven't we got our whistle? Where have we disconnected now?
But it wasn't whistling earlier, was it?
I know, but it should be.
That's before we started.
That's the water, you see. Fix one thing and then another goes. We can't find out why the audible alarm's not on. Gareth reckons it hasn't been on any time we've started the boat, but he's been starting the boat. So I haven't noticed. Here we have Peter's boat from West Kirby, although he brought her up from Plymouth, and after that we decided to go sightseeing. It was our time. Once we'd fattled the boat, it was time to get out. Enjoyed a lovely sunset as per usual outside Carnarvon there, and then prepare for the next day when we were back off on our way home, although we had to be out early. Well, thanks for Gary coming in, who was very helpful. He opened the gate at about 20 to 7, to be honest. We weren't ready, we were expecting to be 7:30. So anyway, we got ready and we managed to get out at 7 o'clock, which was really helpful because that gives us half an hour start on what we were panicking. So we should arrive theoretically at the Swellies about the time it's due to go through. water, that's most helpful. They are so helpful in that marina. They scroze us all in. They made sure we all got in, and then they helped us get out early. So yeah, much appreciated. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for all your help, and look forward to seeing you again. It's a lovely morning. We left at 7 o'clock, and it's a lovely morning at the moment. Wind's on our nose, unfortunately, so we've got a slight drag, but not too much. It's only about 11, 10 knots of wind, so hopefully we'll be okay. Gareth's done an excellent job of preparing the boat and putting everything away. A true crew member, making sure the boat is ship shape. Usual Menai Straits. There's something about it, I've got to film this every time I come through here. Because there ain't much tide flow. Look, the tide's with us. Look behind you. The tide's with us at the moment.
It is, well, it's Thursday today, high water Liverpool, 10:46. 2 hours before will be 8:45, but 2.5 is better. That's kind of 8:15, isn't it?
Yeah.
8:15. So we got.
That's the slack water though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they've got the tide with us, so it's pushing us through.
Yeah.
So we should be alright.
You're right. All right then. Go for it.
Yeah. We arrived slightly early. Because we belted it. Of course we had the tide with us running quite fast as well. So yeah, we're slightly early. We're just a bit concerned about, because it's when it rushes to the swellies. Here you can see it looks dead flat and calm. Doesn't seem to be any water here at all. But obviously when you get to the swellies it speeds up because it narrows down very quickly. But I think we're alright. I think it's not too much of a problem. So we're just going to go through, we're just slowing down so that we go down at, like we go through at half an hour before instead of 3/4 an hour before, and it should be alright. Because the tide is, well, we're coming up to slack water anyway. So yeah. The upflow boils, that's what they're called, boils. These boils, the upflow, and you can see the force of the water going past the perch there. It's quite a lot. Steerage is not too bad. Wind's getting against us, so that's causing a bit of a problem now. But the thing is to make sure you've got steerage going through, because the water's behind you. Coming at some speed, so your steerage, your rudder works by going through the water, and if you haven't got enough flowing past the rudder, then you know you're struggling. So you've got more water coming behind you than you have going past you, then you've got no steerage basically. But we've done all right, and we're only doing 7 knots at the moment. Because the tide, we've got 7 knots behind us and we're doing about 3 knots on the engine. But again, you know, it's best to choose the exact time, and that way you can relax when you come through here. Too busy chatting and saying hello to people, I forgot to take a picture. The family are just on that island behind us. They've taken a week's holiday, all the kids and grandkids. Yeah, anyway, nice to see them. Don't need them on camera. Island. All the visitors to Puffin Island. Some people fishing off Puffin. Red Wharf Bay. And the rest of Anglesey as we say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. We'll see you all again. Goodbye. Just coming up to 11:15 now, and we're tacking way out so that we can hopefully get a run right down. Well, it won't be a run, but it'll be a close haul. Like the way down to the deep. We may be able to do it, we may not. We'll have to see really. It's not unfortunately, the wind's forecast for northwesterlies, which should be on the nose, but we'll have to tack a bit now and again. Just get as far out as we can so I can miss the arm. Just into what's up there? 12:20, just past the arm. Wind's dropped considerably down to less than 7 knots. It's just off the nose. It's 9 knots now. It's up and down. The maximum is 9 knots. Just off the nose. But it gets as low as 7 knots, 5 knots. So we've got the engine on to keep us going. We should be arriving at the day roughly in time. Well, in fact, it'll speed up the water. The tide's now against us. It'll be against us now for another 6 hours. And then it'll change. It'll be on the way in, which will give us a boost when we get by the day. So yeah, we're not doing too badly. We should be in tonight, all being well. And if the wind stays the way it is, you know, if it gets up, which was forecast to, and it's forecast to change to the north. If it goes to the north, that'd be great, because we'll have the wind on our beam then, and we should be able to sail properly. But at the moment, it's just hovering on the nose. Oh yeah, a bit difficult to sail. But we've got to put the strategy in of the Great Ball, and when we come round the corner to land with them.
Little harbour,
Yeah,
little breakwater,
yeah.
it'd be great.
And now we have the mandatory Llandudno Bay. Llandudno Bay. We were just saying it'd be great if they had a wall across here. Make this a harbour, and they'd make a lot of money. They could have a marina and everything, and make a fortune out of that. Good place to be, really. Lovely place, Llandudno. Yeah, it's time we're sailing now, completely sailing. No engine. Just on tick over. But we're actually sailing for the first time. But we've got 12 knots to wind. And we're doing 2.7 knots, but we've got the tide coming with us now. We're just approaching the point of air. Trying to pinch as much wind as we can to stay around these buoys, but other than that, all good. 5:07, and my hometown comes into view. There's the point of air. Good old West Kirby. There's the caravan site to Talaka. We say goodbye to Wales. Well, that's still Wales over there, but we say goodbye to to North Wales, right over there. And snow down here. We've got the wind farms. And it's just enjoying a pleasant evening. Totally on the sale now. Switched off the engine because it's ticking over, doing no good really. Wasting fuel, making a noise. And it's always good just to be sailing. But we're doing, what are we doing? We're doing 2.5 knots now in 8.5. Just past West Bar. There's West Bar over there. We're now approaching the fairway buoy to the D. Down there. All the moorings. And we'll just get there and then we'll drop anchor. Wait an hour or two, get the dinghy up, sort everything out. Ready for home. We're just coming up to the Col du Caire and we're just in line with the big house on the top of the hill. In line with that and in line with the drop in the mountain there. And that's the start of the Col du Caire. Another lovely sunset. This time over the Wirral. Beautiful night. Quarter to 8 at the moment, 10 to 8. Looks like we'll be currently depth at 2.2, 2.4. We're heading to this little red can here. Keeping that in sight. A great week, some lovely sunrises and sunsets. Thanks to Andy for coming up with it last minute, and thanks very much to Gareth who helped out on the whole trip. Couldn't have done it without you, Gareth. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Don't forget the thumbs up.